Oh, here you are, Katrina!
Oh, hey. I had some time on my hands, so I decided to bring Io over to check on Milray and... Don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine. Huh? What makes you ask?
Well, you seemed a bit down after the exhibition match.
Thanks, Traveler and Paimon. I'm okay, really. Despite losing the pilgrimage so many times, what kept me going was the belief that someday I'd win. And so when I finally did, I was over the moon. I mean, still, I achieved my dream. But after the happiness wore off, I felt... Then the Bloomflower trials came around and I could fight alongside everyone again. And that got me thinking, am I the only one who's still like a kid? The only one who's left with so much free time on their hands?
So that's what's been bothering you, huh?
Huh? You mean everyone feels like this at some point? I thought it was just because I hadn't been working hard enough. Oh, I see. Thank you, Traveler.
Huh. If you think about it, this is a good thing. Not knowing when Paimon can't decide what she wants for dinner, but if someone told her, you're eating this tonight.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Hey! Stop underestimating Paimon like that, would ya?
Oh, looks like you guys beat me to it. Is the little guy feeling any better?
Granusi Lolly! Hello!
Hello. I didn't have much going on at the moment.
Milray's been in a deep sleep this whole time. It's just as Aoife said. We'll need to gather all the sacred flame crystals before...
I imagine you're right. By the way, you haven't run into any trouble lately. When we discussed the sacred flame crystals after the exhibition match ended, a baseless rumor, but a fearful-sounding one all the same.
Wait, are the crystals actually dangerous? Then what about Milray?
Mawika was right. Even if trouble does come our way, still, there must be a story behind the Bloomflower trials being stopped. Since you're concerned, why don't we look into it? I'm sure we'll still be able to find scrolls from back then over at the Masters of the Nightwind.
Can I come along?
I don't see why not. Come, let's... I had someone gather up all the woven scrolls from that era. Maybe we'll find some leads we can follow.
There's that many?
Oh, this is gonna take...
Come on! Less whining, more reading. If we split them up, we'll finish in no time. Why have you stopped? Did you notice something strange? There will always be tensions. But the intensity has changed. Usually the Pyro Archon tries their best to prevent intertribal disputes from escalating. But not every Archon has done that as well as Mawika. Also, given that our Archons live only as long as mortals, the transitional periods can be fraught with challenges. Far fewer conflicts have ended in bloodshed over the past few centuries. Whenever I read through these scrolls, I too am always struck by the thought of how unimaginable our lives would seem to people back then.
Hey, come check this out. This one seems to mention the Bloomflower trials.
Oh? Let me see. It seems like the last Bloomflower trials were also held to save the life of an ailing.
Huh? Was it the same illness as Milray's?
The scroll doesn't say, but it's strange. It's very unusual for such records to be so sparse on details. Firstly, that the Bloomflower trials were held to save a sick little Saurian. Secondly, that they seem to have failed. And that the chief of the Flower Feather clan had a major... And later on, his brother left the tribe and lived as a recluse. That's all it says.
But that basically tells us nothing! You know, except that the person who weaved this scroll must have been slacking off on the job.
Sacred flame crystals having the power to beguile human hearts. Is this where that's from? Looks like we'll have to approach this. I'll go take a look through some even older scrolls.
Seeing as that scroll just now mentioned the Flower Feather clan.
And what's our next move? Any other leads we...
A certain Kukasaur? Oh, Aoife's assistant Kakuku must have told you, right? I heard he sometimes translates for the other Saurians. Alright then. I'll look into those ancient scrolls, Kachina can head over to the Flower Feather clan, and you two can track down that Kukasaur. Let's split up and meet back here later.
No one can have it all, most of the time.
Feeling hungry? I just picked these from the orchard.
Go on, have some. Taking care of a patient like you're doing is hard work.
If you need more, there's...
Shh. So, everyone got that? They'll never see this coming. We'll catch them.
Leave it to us.
Mualani, Kinich, what are you doing here?
Oh, Traveler, Paimon, it's you! Just between us, we're discussing our... But as for the details, those will have to stay a secret.
What about you guys? You seem like you're in a hurry.
We're on the trail of an extremely rare and elusive cuckoo.
Rare and elusive? In that case, we can help with the search. That description of the location's way too vague. The scenery around... What does the cuckoosaur look like? Nothing more specific than that? Alright, well in that case, let's split up.
I'll check the higher ground and see if anyone over at the flower...
I'll follow the river then.
Sounds like it's my time to shine.
I haven't got anywhere else to be either. I'll take...
Awesome, thanks everyone.
Don't mention it. Anything on your end, Kinich?
Nope.
Me neither. They all look light and floaty to me.
I didn't find anything either. How about you guys?
Sorry, Traveler and Paimon. We couldn't find that cuckoosaur you're after. Are you in a hurry to find him? If you need a hand, I can come back and join the search again tomorrow. Okay, well, if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out. That's what friends are for, after all.
I've told my friends over at the Flower Feather Clan to keep an eye out. If they see anything, they'll let you know. So, what's your next move? Alright, I'll update them.
Come to think of it, Auroron could probably rig up a few traps and snag him that way.
It's not like Auroran's traps can catch just anything, you know.
You never know. Might as well ask him if you get the chance. Anyway, we'll be heading back now. Best of luck!
Okay then, see you later! And thanks for your help! Katina, Lolly, what's up?
We haven't managed to find anything.
Any luck with your mysterious Kukasaur? In that case, I'd suggest it would be great if we could get to the bottom of this. We must also learn to live with the unknown. Just remember,
Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out. Still, after all this investigating...
Whew. Finally, dudes. Found you.
Aoife?
Can each mention you were on the lookout for a Kukasaur? Just so happens a strange Kukasaur has been following me the past few days. No clue why, but this dude's been on my tail ever since I got back from the Children of Echoes. Not gonna lie to you, bro, it's kinda freaky. His footsteps are totally silent, and after dark, all you can see is a silhouette. So I didn't even realize he was there until Kakuku suddenly flipped out last night when he went for a drink. His squawking woke me up, and that's when I finally spotted a shadowy shape outside the window.
That sounds terrifying.
I could tell it was a little Kukasaur from the shape. After observing him more closely, not sure if that's the dude you're looking for, but if so, you're more than welcome to get him off my back.
Wait a sec.
Yep, dude's probably hiding right behind that tree.
Do you think we should send...
it's okay. I've got... What the... How's that even... Guys, get over here, quick! There's nothing scary about this. It's just...
Wait, surely that's not...
Wait, shouldn't he have returned to the ley lines?
there are many possible reasons.
So why have you been tailing me, bro? If it's treatment you want, can't do much for you, man. Sorry.
He ran off.
Do you think he wants us to... Oh, if only we had a Kukathosaurus on...
Hey, that's...
He was so spooked last night that he rattled through every single word he's ever learned and...
All right, enough chit-chat. Let's just follow. Why have you brought us here?
So, is there something buried here? You want us to dig it up?
These are...
Woven scrolls, yes. Albeit very crudely made, and still, they're just about legible. They seem to document... Come, let's read them together. These might just contain the answers we've been searching for this whole time.
So, have you figured out a way to save him?
Indeed, I have. As far as I can tell, we need ocean zephyrs and sacred flame crystals. That's about it.
That's great news. Don't worry, little guy. You'll be better in no time.
Well, it's not every day that the chief himself drops by to check in on your Saurian buddy. Not so busy these days, huh?
You know I'd come even if I was. You're my brother, man. I heard you've been beside yourself.
I mean, Antu means the world to me. I promise to stay by his side until the day he's fully grown, ready to I mean, with him around, I've never felt lonely traveling through Natlan. Sometimes he's happy, and other times he's sad. Sometimes he has tantrums, but then he'll curl up beside me when I'm down. And right now, he needs me more than ever. I'll draw upon everything I've ever learned to help.
I salute your courage and wisdom, brother. But these sacred flame crystals you mentioned.
Well, I've studied the essence of the sacred flame and read sacred flame crystals are born from intertribal conflict. Back when the tribes were somewhat united, they would occasionally hold bloomflower trials in order to obtain them.
Seems like I've still got lots to learn, despite being chief.
Research on sacred flame crystals has been patchy to say the least, so there's never been a definitive conclusion. What we know for sure is that they can be used to treat certain chronic phlogiston-related illnesses. Others also
enhance.
It's speculative at best. As far as I'm concerned, as long as they can be used to cure Antu's illness, that's enough.
So you asked the chiefs of all the tribes to send people to take part in a... Remarkable that they agreed. Tensions are running high right now. If I were you...
I know, but I had no other choice. Fortunately, I've treated patients from every tribe, so the chief... With all this ongoing strife, it's been a long time since we've worked together on anything. Fighting side by side for a common cause.
Let's hope so. By the way, what's with all this baggage?
I'm heading out to search for ocean zephyrs. In the meantime, I'll leave the trials...
Come on, that goes without saying. Rest assured, I'm your brother after all.
Thank you. And Antu, be good while I'm gone, okay? Once I return with the ingredients, you'll be back on your feet and running around.
Himara! How could you stoop so low? Ambushing us on the field like that.
Ambushing? You've no one but yourself to blame for underestimating us.
Even if that was remotely true, your guys went way over the line. 7 of our warriors were so badly injured that they're still out cold as we speak. The Flower Feather clan must compensate us for our losses.
And what, we'll hand them over after all that?
Didn't you claim that we're holding these trials to save a Sixarian?
Say something, Amara. We're not leaving.
If the other elders were here, they wouldn't waste their time on... If anything, I just wish we'd managed to collect more crystals. So many contestants were just pocketing the ones they got in the trial. Everyone was in a frenzy, snatching the crystals up wherever and whenever they could.
I get it now. Snatching the spoils while using the bloomflower trials to weaken the other tribes. Ugh, that numpole.
The children of Echoes will not forget.
Brother, where's Antu?
Oh, you're back. Come, sit down. I'll explain everything.
Look, no need for that. I only came back to ask.
Rumors?
That the bloomflower trials spiraled into an all-out bloodbath, and that no one was bothered in the slightest about Antu. By the time anyone noticed, he was already gone. How could you lie to me, Amara? You promised you'd make sure the bloomflower trials went smoothly.
You think I had a choice? As soon as one person broke the rule, playing by the rules gets you nowhere in this world. If I hadn't taken things into my own hands, another tribe would have just swooped in and seized the winnings for themselves. These sacred flame crystals, they have limitless potential.
I won't debate ethics with you. Where are the sacred flame crystals?
I've put them all into our research.
You did what?
I did set some aside for Antu in the beginning, but he ran off, didn't he? He's your companion, yes. But the life of a single Saurian is nothing compared to...
Hear, hear. You've certainly proven yourself a worthy chief, Imara. Your name will no doubt be etched into the hearts of the Flower Feather clan for generations to come. Just remember this. No excuses can hide the harm your greed has inflicted. All the hope and trust that little guy placed in you, placed in me?
Wait, Nampol! Where are you going?
Antu! Antu! Antu, it's me! Please, answer me. Antu, are you okay? Oh, look at you out here all on your own. I'm so sorry, Antu. This is all my fault. After that, I left the Flower Feather clan and lived here on this hill with Antu. He was running out of time. I took him from tribe to tribe, begging them to spare some sacred flame crystals, but no one believed me anymore. I begged them again and again, enduring sneers, insults, even beatings. Until finally, Antu's time came. In those last few days, he seemed consumed by an overwhelming sorrow. I remember once, over at the Children of Echoes, someone approached us with a sacred flame crystal, flaunting it before—
Ah, this is what you're after, is it? Dream on. Go beg your brother for some. How many did he snatch up for himself? He's the one who put you up to this whole I'm a— What are you, you little vulture?
For some reason, Antu harbored a deep and intense hatred for the sacred flame crystals. Whenever he saw one, he would muster up It wasn't until years after Antu's death that I finally guessed at the truth. He must have witnessed people fighting over the crystals without unable to fathom how those once cheerful humans had turned from best of friends to worst of enemies. In Antu's eyes, the only reason they'd started collecting sacred flame crystals in the first place had been to save his life. I too shall be bound by guilt for the rest of my days. If only I had taken part in the trials but the past cannot be undone. I have immersed myself in the study of medicine and spent my life healing all kinds of saurians. Before my own time comes, I have recorded all of this on these crudely woven scrolls in the belief that may the Natlan of their day be united as one, free once and for all from bloodshed and strife.
Medicine born of guilt.
So the non-pole from the scrolls was Aetha's ancestor? And that little Kukusaur spirit was once his sword?
Seems so. That's why he's been following you around, Aoife. Even though he doesn't like appearing in front of anyone else. No wonder there weren't any records of the last Bloomflower trials. If anything corrupts the human heart, the bitter irony is that the sacred flame crystals turned out to be nowhere near as miraculous as they believed. All that scheming, after what proved to be nothing more than a hollow
Hey!
Look! Over there! Do you think he's sad? Or maybe he's lost in his memories?
Thanks. I might need a breather over here. A regret lingering for centuries. Unfolding like this before my eyes. Can't believe I'm just now hearing my ancestor's story. I gotta think this through. What should I do? never thought I'd have the chance to meet my ancestor Saurian companion. Wouldn't you say so, bro?
Can he understand?
Kinda. I can pick up on Antu's vibes, just like he catches ours. That's just how it is with Saurian companions. You have to spend a lot of time together to develop an intuitive bond.
In other words, he wouldn't understand even if we discussed everything that went on.
I think it's probably... I know that running from your problems isn't the way to solve them, and that we should face up to the challenge.
That's right. The people responsible, the ones who should have apologized.
Isn't there anything we could do to help him forget his sorrow?
Just like Nampol, I've spent a lot of time studying Saurian psychology. They can be a bit slow sometimes, but they're razor sharp at others. They don't get complex human language, but in short, young Saurians are just like children. On one hand, they rely on their human companions. On the other, they really want to prove their worth. So, the best move isn't to get stuck on the truth of what happened.
His wishes?
For example, Antu, you decided to stay here because of Milray and Nyan, right? You're a smart kid. Sacred flame crystals are bad, bad things. But now, after hundreds of years, will you join forces with us?
Interesting approach.
Actually,
Oh, dear child. Come. Let Granny explain it to you.
Oh, I get it now.
Not so fast. Hate to break it to you, but let's meet up at the stadium in 2 days. We'll spread the word. As for making Antu understand, Kakuku can help out. They'll have an easier...